Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. Today is scorching hot. There's a warm wind which we haven't experienced before, and it really reminds me of my time in Israel and Morocco. It really has that desert feel to it. A lot has happened in the last few months, both for me personally and the global situation. As most of you who regularly subscribe to my channel are aware, certain events have begun to pan out, which are leading to quite a different Weltanschauung. A lot of these things are completely out of our control, and they're decided for us by people who know better than we do. Apparently. What I see is we're reaching a fork in the road, and very soon we're going to have to make a decision which fork to take. Our globally elected leaders and our globally unelected leaders all seem to be pushing in a certain direction which is not very conducive to normal people's lives, nor the planet. We are in for some massive changes. We've already started experiencing certain restrictions on our previous living standards, and this will continue. The more laws that get passed in their favour, the harder it's going to be for us and for our children. But I'm not in the position to dictate what we should or we shouldn't do, nor am I in the position now to keep you all updated with what I learn and what I theorise. There are others out there. You all know Bjorn Andreas Bull Hansen. He's definitely leading the charge on this one. There's also Neil McCoy Ward. These people, I suggest watching their channels. Also, bizarrely enough, sky.com.au, the Australian Sky News. I can hear a frog somewhere under this branch. Yes, Australian Sky News are being extremely upfront about what's going on in the world. I don't know why or how. I'm currently sitting in what was until recently a flowing stream bed. As you can see, it's completely dried up. Otherwise I'd have a wet bum. Certain things have changed for me in the last few months. I've damaged my knee again. I thought I'd got over this, and this is causing me certain restrictions of movement. It means I can't ride my motorbike or go for long walks and things, which is really annoying. But other things, with a more global perspective, are occurring. I closed my office in the town hall in the local town, and I've had that office for almost a quarter of my life. It's only a small office, but it has spectacular views, and it was a way of me keeping in touch with, you know, the local populace, as when I'm out in the village I live quite a reclusive life, so it's nice to just, you know, be able to smile and shake hands with people occasionally. I closed the office because the energy prices were starting to escalate, and I worked out it just wasn't worth paying for something I wasn't really using. Also, I wanted to do it, finish my 3-month lease, whatever, before winter started, or before autumn started, when the next price hikes will come in. It was quite sad for me to do this, but you know, sometimes you have to make sacrifices for logic. It's been a few quite crazy signs we've had lately. This year we've had a plague of grasshoppers, millions and millions of them everywhere. I mean, the bathroom, the kitchen, like wherever you look, when you walk across the grass it just jumps continuously. They're only small, but they're everywhere. Because of this plague of grasshoppers, we then had an enormous murmuration of starlings.
Yeah.
And they came from, I presume, great distances to wipe out the grasshoppers. And the sky was black with birds right above our heads and all around us. It was fantastic to experience. My son, my eldest boy, Branyo, and my wife, they go for a walk or a jog most evenings up the abandoned road into the hills, and there was a sounder of wild boar ran out in front of them to go and feed in the field. And they came home and told me, so I went out with my son to try and film them. It's quite late dusk, so it's not very good time for filming. We were walking up the road and I couldn't see anything. I thought they'd already gone. The grass is so high. My son spotted twitching in the grass in the field, and he said, "This is them." I didn't even notice, you know, I need glasses now. So we moved a bit forward and we saw this sow moving through the field. You can only see glimpses every now and again, and she had 2 or 3 piglets with her. There's about a month-old piglets. They've lost their spots. And it was really, really close where they were going to come across this abandoned road. So my son and I stopped, I got the camera out, and we waited. And I was thinking this sow would pass in front of us with her piglets, go to the other side, and it would make amazing footage. Probably, apart from meeting a mother bear and her cubs, meeting a boar sow and her piglets is the biggest fear most people have out here when in the forest, because they're so insanely dangerous. They're very, very protective. I've actually had my car stopped before by a boar sow and the piglets crossed the road behind her. Anyway, we stopped and she nervously comes out and we expect her to continue, and then everything changes. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced time slowing before. I've experienced it a couple of times in my lifetime. Once when I was in a very, very bad car crash, which I shouldn't have survived. The car flipped and flipped and flipped. A real glitch in the matrix sort of survival. But time slows. Now what was bizarre about this occasion is it's the first time I've ever experienced time slowing simultaneously with another person, my son. But we didn't know it. It was as if time was normal, and we didn't know about time slowing until later we were reviewing the video, because what we thought had lasted minutes was not even a fraction of a second.
All right. I missed that completely. When she did that, the camera's like all over the place.
That's cool though.
You wanted to see a boar. Fuck me, that was close. She's still there.
Mm-hmm.
We both experienced the boar stopping, turning towards us, getting ready to charge, grunting at us. The shock from both her discovering us and us facing a very, very angry boar sow was incredible. What this is your adrenaline starts pumping so much, time just slows completely. You are so far beyond the normal concept of time. And the boar, myself, my son, we all shared this little triangle of time slowing for a very brief period, and it left me shaking. The come down from the adrenaline, it was incredible. This boar was literally just a few feet in front of us, and it could have caused such massive damage. It was incredible. It really made us feel alive. One thing I've been asking myself lately, and I think I have come to a conclusion somewhat, is why the powers that be always advertise their plans publicly before they do them. What's with that? For example, you will own nothing and be happy. Why would you state this publicly? And the conclusion I've come to is it's not some rule they have where they have to tell. It's about manifestation. They are making it real. They are printing it, they are publishing it, they are broadcasting what they want reality to be. So the universe pays attention. The universe looks and sees, this already exists. These people are already without property, without money, without food, So therefore, the universe redirects its path to include this as fact. Now we, the affected, what we could do is do the opposite. We could create some idyllic reality and broadcast it. If any of you ever get the chance, watch Charlie Chaplin's speech. The Great Dictator. Because that is the reality we should be creating, this perfect world for all of us. But I think what they're doing is they are creating a reality prior to it happening. Yes, they lead it to happen, they lead us towards it happening, but they create it in our physical realm before even starting. It's sort of a twisted version of positive manifestation. I'd like to thank Max today for his gift of now a very sweaty t-shirt. It's very cool. Thank you, Max. fact, everything I'm wearing is very sweaty. It's extremely humid here. I will leave you with a bit of hope for the future. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments. And, as always, be free.